Top shelf.
Okay, so this is Baseball Highlights 2045 set up for a two-player game. We're going to go through the objective of the game and kind of the overall idea, and then we'll show you how the cards work. And the best way for this game, the best way to teach how this game is played is to go through a couple of card plays back and forth to show you the flow of how the cards interact with each other. So Baseball Highlights 2045 is played for a two-player game. You do a 3-game mini-season. Each mini-game consists of each player drawing a hand of 6 cards from their deck, and that is going to be their game, or that's going to be their cards they have for this mini-game. Each card shows whether it's a rookie, a veteran, or if it's a unique person, it'll have, like Satchel Seaver. And shows their characteristics. So you got your robots. You got your naturals. Your naturals are basically the regular human players. And you got your cyborgs, which is like that. So right in the middle, it shows you the type of card that they are. And each of those cards will interact in different ways. Some cards will allow you to, get extra base hits. So the game is played by each player playing a card from their hand and doing what the card says, and then the opponent playing a card to counteract, and you go back and forth. So when you play a card down, the visiting team goes first. In this case, it's Review Geek. So Review Geek's going to play a card from his hand. So when the active player plays a card from your hand, you play it to the play box. Then you immediately resolve the immediate effect, which is this box right here. And most cards don't have them, but some cards, like this one, will have an immediate effect of, clutch. You get a single if runner's on second or third. So he plays his card into his play box, does the immediate effect. Then the opponent's threatened hits are resolved if applicable, which in this case I don't have any cards in play yet, so I don't have any threatened hits. Then he threatens his hits, which in this case is a single with an average runner. That's shown at the bottom of the card. So at the bottom of the card, it'll tell you the hits that you're threatening and how fast your runner is. The blue is an average runner. You also have white, which are slow, and red, which are fast. In this case, he's threatening a average single. So he takes his little blue pawn that matches the average runner and places it on his home plate. And now it's my turn to play a card and counteract what he's doing. So I'm going to play my rookie, and I do the immediate effect, which is the glove effect, which is cancel one hit. His one hit that he's threatening is a single, so I can go ahead and cancel that. So he removes his hitter from play. Then the opponent would resolve his hits if he had any left, which in this case he doesn't because I just prevented it. So now I will do my threatening, or do what I'm threatening, and I'm threatening a blue single as well. So I put my batter on. And now Review Geek will play a card to counter.
And I'm going to play a rookie, and his immediate effect is nothing.
Now, because he didn't cancel my hit, I get to resolve my blue single. So my runner goes to first. And so now that I got a guy on base, I'm going to do my robot. My immediate effect, there's nothing. So my opponent gets to resolve his 2 singles. And you always advance the farthest runner first, which he did. So if this runner was to advance again, you would move the farthest runners first. That makes it to where when you have a fast runner behind a slow runner, your fast runner can't zoom by your slow one. Your slow ones will hold him up.
So since he's got one on base, alright, since I don't have anything to stop his 2 white singles for my immediate action, I'm going to play a rookie. He's a robot. And so because I don't have any immediate actions to stop his 2 threatening singles, he's going to be able to get his singles.
Right. So I advance my runner up here first. So that's my first single. My second single normally just advances everybody 1 base, but the blue average runners on a single will score from second. That's the advantage of having a blue runner on the board, is if he's on second base and the single's hit, he will automatically score. So I get 1 point, move my track up.
And after he's done resolving his hits, we go back to my threatening, and I'm going to be threatening an average double.
And so this will go back and forth until the 6 cards have all been played. There's one more thing that you can do on your turn. If you notice, I have a card on deck. Maybe you can't see that in the camera yet, but I have a card that's been placed on deck. Before we started the match, you can take a card from your hand and place it to be your on-deck card. That card will sit there throughout the different games until you use it. The way you activate your on-deck card is you play a card with the pinch hit symbol, which is this little PH in the base right there. So when you play that card down, you can you can flip over your on-deck card and play that card as your active card. The game adds a lot of strategy and depth when you learn how to use your on-deck, but it's a little tricky to figure it out when your first couple plays through. You may or may not use the on-deck and the pinch hit ability until you figure out the ebb and flow of the game. But that's basically the game. You're going back and forth, playing your cards and advancing your runners. The unique thing about the red runners, which are the fast ones, is anytime they advance a base, they always go +1. So if they hit a single, they're actually going to get a double. If it's a double, it's actually going to be a triple. So they're really fast. And if there's nobody in front of them, they can score really quickly and be a danger on the board. After a game is won, so after all the 6 cards are played, whoever wins the game moves their little token down on the game's won track. If you're playing in the World Series, it'll be whoever wins 4 games first. After you play a game, you're going to take those 6 cards that you played that round, and you're going to use the cards to buy new people or recruit new people into your hand. And the way you do that is you take the number in the little circle here, in the green circle. You'll add up all of those numbers and then use that to purchase cards from the available ones in play. The cost of the cards is right here, which is in the red. So this one costs 4 recruitment points. And with my hand, I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. You can buy as many cards as you want as long as you have the points to spend. And so I'm actually I would purchase Satchel Seaver. And when I do that, I take the card, I put it on top of my deck. So the next time, for the next mini game, when I draw my new hand, that card I just purchased will go into my hand to be used. Then I have to get rid of 1 card from my hand that I use to recruit. So I'll choose one of those cards, I'll discard it into the minor leagues. So you're going to always have just 15 cards in your hand or in your deck. So as you buy, you're going to get rid of the cards that aren't as good and send them to the minors. Let's see, some of the some of the different cards you have in the game. You got like Pai, you got Dave Trout, you got Kong 35, who's a robot. You got lots of different cards in the deck to purchase from. And then you also have different abilities that are going to be on them. You have like Quick Eye, which if you play that card and your opponent has a cyborg in play, you'll get an automatic single plus whatever the card's threatening. So there's Knuckleball, which reduces all hits by 1 base. And all these are immediate effects. I need to get really close. So these are all immediate effects that you'll see in the game. And so yeah, you're just going to be playing those 6 cards back and forth, going through those steps, removing your opponent's base runners and trying to put more of your runners out there with the ultimate goal to score the most points in the game.